start. Our field master, Steve Hayes, has them in order. And they're off. That's Jenney in front. Sausage the Cloud is second, and Skimming and Swimming in third. Jenney jumps up close to the field master at that fence. Sausage the Cloud over Skimming and Swimming. A very spread out field as they move on to the third fence. Jenney very tight on the field master's quarters. About 25 back to Skimming and Swimming, and another 3 to Sausage the Cloud. Jenney's over to third. Skimming and Swimming approaches, followed by Sausage the Cloud. They're all over the third, heading up the hill. Jenney with about a 20-length advantage over Skimming and Swimming, and another 20 back to Sausage the Cloud. They get to the top of the hill. That's still Jenney pushing the pace. 20 back to Skimming and Swimming, and another 25 to Sausage the Cloud. Down the backside they go. Jenney pushing the pace. Skimming and Swimming, and Sausage the Cloud. They approach this next fence. That's Jenney on top by about 25. Skimming and Swimming is next, and it's another 20 back to Sausage the Cloud. Skimming and Swimming refuse that fence. Sausage the Cloud now moves up to challenge Skimming and Swimming. Skimming and Swimming's over, but it was dicey. Sausage the Cloud right now there on Skimming and Swimming's heels. Jenney now opens up about 50 on the rest of the field. Skimming and Swimming is next, and Sausage the Cloud. But something tells me when they come out from behind the hill, Skimming and Swimming will be rolling. They go out of sight. That was Jenney in front by about 40. Skimming and Swimming was next, about 15 back to Sausage the Cloud. They're in sight. That's Jenney right on the field master's hill. It's now only about 15 back to Skimming and Swimming with one fence to go. In third is Sausage the Cloud. Another dicey fence for Skimming and Swimming, but there looks like a raw run in that horse. It's about 25 back to Sausage the Cloud, and the field master has let them go. Jenney on top by about 10. Skimming and Swimming is coming. There goes Skimming and Swimming up to take the lead, and he's going to win this in hand. Lead the pairing, and Skimming and Swimming out the wire. Next is the very well with Jenney, and third is Sausage the Cloud.
She's my sister's racehorse, actually, and she decided to let me race her because I'd been racing since I was 8, and I didn't race last year, so my sister wanted to give me a horse to ride. And I jumped her once 2 weeks ago, and then got on her here. I did the schooling fence. She was really great until we got halfway back on the far side by the woods, and she refused. And then I just kind of kicked her right there, and she jumped it from a standstill. So we were pretty far back, probably about 40 lengths from Jenney and the fieldmaster. And then over the last fence, as soon as we landed, I smooched her, and she just went. She's a fast little filly.
Ponies have turned in are heading to the first fence. Alley-ho Banana. Northfield manager up on his outside is Fabulous, followed by Modern Millie.
Children under 16 years of age as of
They move on to the second. Fabulous. Alley-ho Banana is the runner by Modern Millie. Alley-ho Banana now moves back to the front. Looks like Fabulous is having none of that. He is closer to the lead now. They move on to the third. Alley-ho Banana, Fabulous, and Modern Millie. Front to back. I would like to see right there, Fabulous almost in our field. Fabulous now down on the inside. Putting the bone on Alley-ho Banana, followed by back to Modern Millie as they head down the backside. They move on to this next fence. That's Fabulous in front, but Alley-ho Banana's not far behind, and it's a couple more to Modern Millie. Go over that fence. Alley-ho Banana's are back to the front. Fabulous is right there, though, and so is Modern Millie. Fabulous jumping to the front over that fence, but Alley-ho Banana's fighting right back. They're pushing fieldmaster Steve Hayes. Modern Millie is in the mix now, too. We're back into view. That's Alley-ho Banana on the inside, Fabulous on the outside, and Modern Millie. Over that fence, Alley-ho Banana jumps to the lead, but Fabulous is right there, and so is Modern Millie. We're getting to the point of separation. Fabulous Allie Hogan and Modern Millie steals that start. Modern Millie moving with Allie Hogan and Fabulous. Modern Millie Modern Millie to the front by about a leg, but Allie Hogan is not good enough yet. Fabulous is going to keep Modern Millie up. Her away. Modern Millie
Tell me about your pony.
Well, I'm Amanda, and I just raced Modern Millie, and she got first place. She was really fast, faster than I've ever run her. I've been riding her for about 6 months now, so I'm really happy with her. She's done a great job.
And is this your first win?
Yes, it's my first win. This is my first race, and I had a lot of fun.
Excellent. Well, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
How quickly that passes. Followed by one stinky pony and MJ. Passes in front by about 2. One stinky pony, MJ, Whiskey Business. At the way, that's passes. One stinky pony. Out of the outside, wide. MJ, Whiskey Business. Really,
Okay.
My pony's name is Jasper, and my name is Hope Thatcher, and I'm 11 years old. And I've been riding my pony for 3 years, I think, and he's really fast, and he gets excited really easily. And it was really fun racing today.
Yeah. How did it go?
It was really fun.
They're off. Fearless out for the early lead. Strawberry now takes that lead. Prince Caspian's right there, followed by Fearless, and she's so fresh. Dior, Mindy, Mine Fresh Sky as they went out of sight. They're back into view. That's Strawberry in front. Next by Fearless. He's so present. Here comes by impressive now. They move on to the straight. Strawberry trying to hold on. Prince Caspian trying to get there. Prince Caspian, Strawberry.
Literally, this is the Literally. how many races have you ridden in?
5.
How was today's race?
Good.
How'd your pony travel today?
Good.
Who's this guy?
Dad.
Aha.
They're walking in, the flag is up. They're off. Monarch Lane out for the early lead. He has that lead by about 3 lengths as they approach the first bend. That's the walking in and done very well over that bend. Monarch Lane shows the way. Back to walking in and another 2 to hit hurrah. We'll jump that first bend 3 times. Up the hill they go as steady as possible. That's Monarch Lane showing the way. It's only a length back to walking in and another length to hit hurrah. Long down to the second turn. Monarch Lane shows the way. Now about 2 meters of walking in and another one back to hit hurrah.
Come on guys, let's go! Hurry it up! All right, let's go. I don't want to have to run over.
Monarch Lane in front, but it's only a length advantage over hip hurrah and another 2 back to crossing again. They make that far turn. Monarch Lane shows the way. Crossing again and hip hurrah heads apart in second and third. Over the third, Monarch Lane shows the way. Hip hurrah got the better and crossing again and is now in second. Another 2 back to Monarch Lane. We're all over that one. Hip hurrah shows the way. Crossing again is right there in second. And Monarch Lane. 3 lengths separate the field front to back. Crossing again now moves to the front. As they come to this fence for the second of 3 times. Walking again, hip hurrah, and Monarch Lane. They all come along there and crossing again. Crossing again in front, hip hurrah's next, and Monarch Lane under a tight hold in third. They get to this next fence, that's crossing again, hip hurrah and Monarch Lane. 4 turn. Crossing again is now opened up about 4 or 5 lengths on Hip Hip Hurrah, and it's another 2 back to Monarch Lane. They're all over that fence as they head out of sight. It was crossing again in front, right alongside Monarch Lane and Hip Hip Hurrah were just heading apart second or third. They're back into view. Crossing again, still showing the way. Hip Hip Hurrah and Monarch Lane, but they've still got over a full turn to go. Brother McKenna and crossing again in front. They head to this next bend, that's crossing again in front, followed by Hip Hip Hurrah and Monarch Lane. They've got about a mile to go. Crossing again in front. They head up the hill. On the closing, Hip Hip Hurrah and Monarch Lane. Does appear the team Slater's got a handful of horse back in third.
Yeah.
They've got 3 fences to go as they head down the
Okay,
backside.
shutting
That's
the
crossing
tailgate.
again, Hip Hip Hurrah and Monarch Lane. This next fence, that's still crossing again with the advantage. Hip Hip Hurrah's next, followed by Monarch Lane. They've got 2 to go, and Trevor McKenna has already pushed the go button. He's now got Hip Hip Hurrah by about 5 and another 2 back to Monarch Lane. At the second to last, that's crossing again by about 5 or 6. Hip Hip Hurrah and Monarch Lane. All 3 fences had a little bit tricky fence there, but they're all still up. They've got 1 to go. They're back into view. Crossing again is still in front. Monarch Lane is next, and it's about 3 or 4 back. Hip Hip Hurrah at the last. Crossing again over first. Monarch Lane crossing again, shows the way as they get to the top of the stretch, but Monarch Lane is digging in second. Crossing again, doing all he can to hold off Monarch Lane. Crossing again, Monarch Lane. Crossing again, Monarch Lane. And Hip Hip Hurrah.
The first round, I got mixed up. Everybody was jumping funny, so I just said, get on the front. I knew she's fast, and they weren't going to catch her, so it was close at the end. I squeezed the crap out of her, and she came through. I gave her a nice couple
Who
lobs.
do you think wanted to win more?
She did.
You or her?
Pretty close.
I thought you gave that
We
horse
both won, right?
determined ride.
Yeah. So that was a blast. I had a great time. That was the idea, to get out and have a good gallop. I didn't lose weight for the race. I just was out there to have fun.
turning in. And Penn breaks out to the early lead, followed by Welcome None and Miss Raptor. Last century staying on at 11. They head up through the straight, that's Embezzle on top. Miss Raptor right there in second, followed by Welcome None, staying on. Ivan Dowling and Embezzle on top by about 2. Miss Raptor next, Love the Gloria moving up on the outside. Jody Penny in the handful on staying on. Meet at 11 in class entry. At the top of the hill, Embezzle shows the way. Miss Rapture's next, Love Them None, staying on. Meet at 11 in class entry as they head down the back side. That's still Embezzle on top. Miss Raptor still in second. Love Them None staying on. Meet at 11 in class century. It's now only 5 lengths front to back as they went out of sight. Miss Rapture and Embezzle were heads apart. Well, tactic review. Long moves up on the outside. Miss Raptor's right there in second. Welcome None and Miss Rapture. Welcome None right about 1 at the top of the street. Welcome None, Miss Rapture. Welcome None, Miss Rapture. Welcome None right about
What a race. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it was a good race. It's a beautiful turf out there. It's a beautiful course. And we broke off, and my filly was, she's pretty easy. So Ricky and Jacob, or Jody or Ricky's horses went to the lead, and so we just sat in beside them. And then around the turn, the far end of the turn, I thought, well, I didn't want to get into a sprint with them because I figured they would out sprint me. So I let her go on, and that was fine because she was just galloping. But then when we picked up the stretch, I got into her a little bit early, and Ricky's horse was coming back, but she's honest, and she's had a race already, so she's pretty fit. So she dug in and was able to hold them off. But it was a good race. It was a good race.
Rexton Taylor off the early lead, followed by Chillerly Ladd, Catamaran, Ravens Troy, Sneaky Lewis, Countess Johanna, Sweet Shawnee, and that's the third. Rexton Taylor in front. Ravens Halo at the top of the hill. About a 4-length advantage over Chivalry Lad. Another 3 back to Catamaran. Ravens Choice and Sneaky Lords are ahead of the car. Countess Johanna now Sermon of Love makes a big move from the back of the pack. Rex and Halo still with the lead as they head down the backside. Chivalry Lad is next. Turn, Rex and Halo in front, Joey Ladders next, Sermon of Love, and that is one pack field as they head out of sight. It is Rex and Halo in front though by a length over Catamaran and Joey Ladd and Sermon of Love. They're back into view. Ravens Choice now with the lead. Ravens Choice and Sermon of Love. Countess Johanna on the outside and Sweet Johnny trying to get there. Ravens Choice and Sweet Johnny and Sermon of Love. Ravens Choice, Sermon of Love, Sweet Johnny, Countess Johanna, Catamaran.
Jackson. Once again, the winner of the second division of the flat race is number 17, Ravens Choice.
First away, followed closely by the Raw, moving up on him. There goes My Hero, Wolf Shadow, Steve Bart, Out for Regret, and Global Genius. They get to the first. That's Catch the Echo on top. The Raw is next, followed by There Goes My Hero, Amamoki, Wolf Shadow, couple back to Steve Bart, Out for Regret. Down the backside for the first time. That's the Raw in front. Amahoki right there in second alongside him. There goes My Hero in fourth. That's Wolf Shadow. They get to this next. That was the Raw there first. Amahoki. There goes My Hero, Wolf Shadow, Catch the Echo, Outward Gets, Evart, and Global Genius. This is now about 40 lengths front to back. The Raw has opened up about a 6-length lead on Amahoki, followed by There Goes My Hero, Wolf Shadow, Outward Gets, Evart. up is Evart's Wolf Shadow. That's the Echo, Hopper, Brett, Global Genius. As they move to this next fence, that's the wall in front. Get into this fence. The second of 3 times. Amahoki's next. There goes my hero. The Wolf comes off in the third. The Wolf Shadow. Evart. And Global Genius. They head up the hill, that's still fun. The wall is in front by about 5 lengths. Amahoki's next. Just on his outside and moving up to take second is Catch the Echo. Amahoki jumps right back up there to take that second spot, followed by There Goes My Hero, Catch the Echo, Wolf Shadow, Houghton Regret, Evart, and Genius. They approach this next fence. That's the wall in front. Amahoki next. There goes My Hero. The Shadow back and forth. Catch the Echo, Houghton Regrets, Evart, and Global Genius. It's still about 40 or 50 lengths front to back. It's the wall on top. His lead is about 7 lengths over Amahoki. 2 more back to There Comes My Hero. Another 3 to Wolf Shadow right on his outside. It's Catch the Echo, Houghton Regrets, Evart, and Global Genius as they go out of sight. Back into view, that's the wall, but his speed isn't 6 anymore. It's only about 1 back to Amahoki. Right on his outside is There Goes My Hero, followed by Catch the Echo, Houghton Regret, Wolf Shadow, Evart, and Global Genius. They've got 1 turn to go. The wall throws away. 3 another 1.5 to Amahoki. Wolf Shadow with a tight defense there. That's the end of the net. Down on his inside is Houghton Regret, followed by Evart and Global Genius. At the top of the hill, that's still the wall in front, but he's only got 2 lengths over. There goes My Hero. On the outside, Amahoki on the inside, Wolf Shadow in between horses and 4. Catch the Echo on his outside. Houghton Regrets is moving up now. Evart and Global Genius. They've got 3 fences to go. The wall's going to try to do it wire to wire. They're all over that fence. They've got 2 to go. And then far turns into the wall. There goes My Hero, but Houghton Regrets is picking up a lot of ground. Wilson is right there. Next ball by Catch the Echo. He goes to Global Genius. They're all over that fence. They've got 1 to go. They're back in the view. It's still the wall on top, but Hokies right on his outside. Amaral trying to take a wire. Hokies trying to hang on in second, but here comes Haddon's regret. The wire, Haddon's regret,
Novice race, Houghton Regrets, ridden by Jacob Roberts.
Horse for Ricky Hendricks, and I think it ran a couple weeks ago, won, and I couldn't get it to win. Last jockey's much better. So now it was real close, and I thought it might have won, but it was, questions of a nose or whatever, nostril.
And so you have your win now.
Now, yeah, this horse, first time over timber, rode him over hurdles. I thought he liked the timber a lot better, a little slower pace for him, good jumper, real classy horse, and Alicia Murphy had him ready, like she always does. Anything she sends out, it's good to go. Thanks to Mark Breacher for letting me win it. I think he took a pull, and but no, a real nice horse, and I can actually have a lot of fun with him.
They are off. Voice of Power jumps out to the early lead. Arm Brad's right there, as well as Determined Stand. They approach the first fence. That's Voice of Power in front. Determined Stand on the outside, and Arm Brad's out on the inside. They move up the hill. That's Voice of Power. His lead is about 3 over Arm Brad. Right off Brad's heel. Determined Stand.
Nice and boggy down in the back there.
Down the backside they go. Voice of Power, Arm Brad, and Determined Stand. Arm Brad didn't like Determined Stand on the side end like that. They move to the next. That's Voice of Power, Arm Brad, and Determined Stand. They're all over that same lead. Voice of Power by about 3. Back to Arm Brad, and another 2 to Determined Stand. They move on to the next fence. Voice of Power on top by about 4. Arm Brad is next, and it's 2 back to Determined Stand. They're all over that fence. Voice of Power, Arm Brad, and Determined Stand. They move up the hill. Voice of Power by about 4. Arm Brad is next, followed by Determined Stand. They come to this fence for the second to three times. This power shows the way. Arm Brad is next and determined to end. All over, making this turn. It's Voice Power right on through over Arm Brad, determined to spin another two back from him. Up the hill they go. Voice of Power, Brian Noel show the way. Arm Brad is next, followed by Determined Stand.
All right, sweetie, I'll see you later.
At the top of the hill, that's Voice of Power. By about over Arm Brad and another two back to Determined Stand. They approach this next fence up the hill. Voice of Power showing the way by over Arm Brad. Determined Stand has moved up on his outside. Voice of Power by about 6. They move to this next fence. That's Voice of Power.
That's the best way to do it. It's kind of inspiring. No, what if we get?
I saw it and I'm thinking, and all no, stop it. It's fine.
This is again.
This is the one here. Yeah. Look at me. 20 minutes. I'm not. And I walked up at the end of the night. Well, here's the best part, right? I didn't bring any money with me. So I didn't think about it. Like I didn't, for some reason, saw an auction. It just was not, I don't know, work was busy or something. And some more Donaldson. I asked, I'm like, will you loan me the money for the day? I'll bring you the money the next day. And so we walked up to the table. I'm like, I got this box. We don't have your name on anything. And I'm like, I don't have that much to drink, but I'm pretty sure that, 3-4 weeks later, I get a call. Your phone never paid for it. And it was like, I got Christmas all over,
That's really cool.
I really wanted it.
Here we go. Here, we'll be coming through here.
Yeah.
The other one, tough snuggle. It was actually a concrete cat painted to the front. Still, it's back there. You're supposed to label it as not bronze. And we did. He still thinks it's an actual. So you don't want to burst the bubble. I want Billy Meister here. Hey, Doug. I want Billy Meister to break the walk to Billy. I think Billy's going to really enjoy that. I think Billy will not quick because that's his brother. I had nothing to do with that. But I think it's hilarious. It's going to happen with other guys.
We have sounds again. That is now Determined Stand. Showing the way at the wire. Voice of Power holding on for second. And Armed Brad.
Jody Petty, owned by Stuart Strawbridge, and
So, congratulations.
Thank you.
How did it go?
Oh, unbelievable. This horse, he won first time out over Timber last fall, and then this year we ran him at Camden first time out, and didn't run the best. We were a little kind of disappointed in him, and so our goal today was to get him running and jumping, and he did it. So he did it impressively today.